Hey guys, what's up? This is Alan from theequitytraders.com, and I quickly want to talk to you about resistance and support, something which I use on a daily basis. I start my day with this, and this is something that I think you guys should learn. I think it's a place that you should start. So in front of me, I've got a chart, GBP USD. I've opened up the monthly chart because that's where I start. I start on the monthly, and I have a look at basically where is price, what has price done, where is the resistance, where is support. So resistance is on the top, support is on the bottom. So if you think of the alphabet, Q, R, S, T, U, V. So R comes before S. So R on top, S is at the bottom. That's how I remember resistance was on top, support is at the bottom. So basically I'm going to draw up the resistance and support. I start on the monthly, and go and have a look on my website, and you'll see why I talk about time frames, and why it's so important for us to have a look at the different time frames, and to make sure that when you do your trading analysis that you do it from the different time frames, so that you can see what is the trend. Is the market trending up, bearish, bullish? Is the market ranging? What is the market doing? And if your different time frames are all telling you the same thing, for example, from your monthly to your daily to your 4 hour, 1 hour, 15, all the way is bearish, why would you want to go bullish if the trend is bearish? But anyway, okay, so we'll get to that in another day. So what I want to do basically today is I want to talk to you about, resistance and support. And this way, you'll understand which way the market is moving. So we basically do resistance and support so we can understand the movements of price. Price does not move in a straight line. Price doesn't go straight up and straight down. Price moves up and down in a wave, and the candlesticks move, between certain areas, and you'll see that price hits a particular area on a regular basis, and that's why I trade resistance and support. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say, well, okay, I'm on a monthly chart. I start off and I put in my resistance, which is on the top. I put in my support, which is at the bottom, just so we can understand where price is in terms of resistance and support. And I work my way in. So if support is right at the bottom there, where is the next area of support? The next area of support seems to be there, and the next confluent area, because price reaches confluent areas on a regular basis. So confluence areas is where price sort of will make the turn. Price will do changes, retracements or reversals or whatever on those resistance or support areas. So if you have a look at this chart that I've got here now, I'm busy drawing all the resistance and support areas that I can immediately see. And can you see price reaches a particular area on a regular basis? So, whoever's telling you resistance and support is a load of hogwash, I beg to differ, because why has price reached these areas that often? So what I'm basically looking at is I'm looking at areas of confluence. Where has price touched more than once on a regular basis, over the period of time? Price has touched a particular area, and that is what's creating my resistance and my support area. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want to do 3,000 resistance and support areas. But what we want to do is we want to understand where price is and what price's movement is. As we can see, price has been on a downward trend. Currently, price seems to be ranging in this area between this resistance and this support area over here. Price seems to be ranging, and it looks like price is on its way down to the support area. Price has hit support there. Why would price now turn and go up? It could, but we would think price would be on a downward trend. So in terms of our monthly, that's our resistance and support. I then go from a monthly down to a weekly area, and I zoom my chart completely out so that I can be as best as I can in terms of where price is in terms of the weekly area. So again, we go and mark off where price has confidently reached a particular area on a regular basis. So we can see price touched there twice, price has touched there, and that would be an area which we would deem as a confluence area. So mark that off. I'm going to go a bit further down and say, okay, prices moved over that area on quite a few occasions. So prices touched that area. I'm going to mark that off. And, we basically look for areas. Well, what I do is I look for jaggedy points. And I say, well, okay, if prices hit a jaggedy point quite regularly or quite often, that's an area of confluence. It's an area that, prices touch there, prices touch there, prices touch there. You understand? So when I'm drawing my resistance and support, I look for the jaggedy areas first. I start on the outside and move my way in. So at least 2 touches, minimum 2 touches. But at 3, 4, 5 would be great, or great. So in terms of the weekly, that looks like my weekly confluence area. I'll then move down to my daily area. And as you can see, the graph then starts narrowing in. So I zoom out completely to a daily. And as you can see, there's no resistance and support areas on the daily. So what do? We look for a jagged edge. Should we mark that off? The reason why I'm not going to mark it off is because prices only touched once on the top there. I can mark this off because prices touched there at least twice. Right. So I'm going to move on to my next area. I'm going to look at that jaggedy edge. Prices touched there twice. But if I go a bit lower, prices touched there quite a few times. Historically, prices nowhere near right now, but historically, prices touched there. If I go and look here, prices touched these areas once, twice, 3 times, moved through there maybe. It's still a high resistance area, but that is a confluence area. So we go a bit further down now and we start looking closer to where price is, and I mark that off because price touched there, it went through there, moved around that area, that is a resistance area as far as I'm concerned. I move here to another jaggedy edge area and I move the price down. Excuse me. We've got summer here and pollen's all over the area. Price touched a few times there, and there. So that would be another resistance area. So we zoom in a little bit just so that we can get an idea of where price is. So that is another area that we can have a look at. This is an area because it touched there, but it's more 1, 2, 3 than anything else. Is it a confluence area? Let's mark it off. We'll mark it off. We'll mark it off there because price touched there, almost there. So we'll mark it off. So that's in terms of our daily. We then go further down to the 4 hour. We zoom out completely. And when you go to the 4 hour, can you see there's now again no resistance and support areas. So we need to mark it off again. So we mark that off there because it's an area of resistance. Prices touched there a few times. We go to the bottom, prices no. Well, that could be an area of support because price touched there, price might be moving down to there. I go here and I'm going to mark it off as an area because price touched there, almost touched there, price was there, went through there, touch. So that again is for me an area that I would like to look at. And I could even look at this area here and say that that would be a minor resistance or support area. So that's my resistance and support in that area. From a 4 hour, we go down to a 1 hour, and we're then going to drill into the 1 hour. So we can see that this was quite an area that price looked at a lot quite a while ago. And we then go and have a look at this area here, because that seems to be an area the price was very confident and touched quite a couple of times. We go and have a look over here, because price touched there a couple of times. So does it matter how big or how thick the line is? It doesn't. All you want to know is that is an area where price had touched quite often. Price is at the bottom right now. It's only touched once. There's nothing if we look left. So I'm not going to mark it off anywhere there. If I go to the 15 minute, I'm going to have a look at the 15 minute. I can see that's an area over there. I can say that could be an area of confluence where price has touched a couple of times. Let's go and have a look over here. See, it's lower there, but we'll mark it off, right? So there we go, we mark that off. We go and mark, okay, so I'm going to mark this off, because this is a 15 minute area, because price touched almost 1, 2, price went there, price touched there. So that's my 15 minute resistance and support. So if I go back to my daily, and I have a look at the daily, I can see how my price has moved and touched lots of areas in particular areas. So when I have a look at this one, can you see that it's in a lower time frame, but it is quite a confluent area. It is an area where price has touched quite regularly. If I look at this, it's small, but price has touched quite regularly. Right, so we analyze in the 1 hour graph, and because we've done the 1 hour graph, we can then go and have a look at what has price done in the 4 hour, 1 hour, all the way down. So this is the 4 hour, where we can see price has been moving all the way down bearish. Let's make the graph a little bit smaller. Alright, so there's nothing. Price is on its low at the moment. Price is on its low. That's basically where we are. We know that price is coming down. Price has moved all the way down. That's on the 4 hour. If I go to the daily, I can see, if I zoom in a little bit, I can see that price is on its way down to an area where the daily has been marked off of support. Is price going up? I don't think so. I think price is coming down, and price will come down a little bit more because this is an area of confluence. Where did it touch it before? Price has touched it on the daily in other areas. Okay, so we are saying because price has come down in other areas, price will come down to support area, and price could then bounce and go back up either to that resistance area, that resistance area, that resistance there, or even on the top. When we have a look at price, price is very bearish at the moment. Why would you want to buy price right now? You would want to sell. So if we're going to do anything with GBP USD as of the 26th of November 2021 at 7 minutes past 9, if you're going to do anything, you would want to sell. So that's resistance and support. If you've got any questions, anything, drop a link, drop a comment down at the bottom. Follow our link to our website. Go and learn more. Go and learn to trade. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Bye.